All right, a quick little reaction thing to finishing The Wonderful Wizard of Oz by Frank L. Baum. Definitely reading it out loud. I think I've read it to myself before. I'm definitely struck by exactly how the movie 1939 Judy Garland movie was so well adapted. The writers, whoever did the actual adaptation, did a really great job of compressing down events, not losing anything, but definitely compressing them down and maybe emphasizing stuff. So yeah, that was really good. I mean, I think there's a definite soft pedaling at the beginning of in the movie of exactly how, like in the movie, the farm doesn't seem bad. It's like it's not black. It's not Technicolor glory, but it doesn't seem as dark and depressing. Whereas in this book, the book version, it's like, oh my God, Kansas is a goddamn dust bowl, depressing place. The farm is failing. Um, Aunt Em never smiles. You just get the sense of like, this is deep depression. And so I don't know if that highlights exactly how good-hearted Dorothy is, that she wants to get back because she knows Aunt Em will be worrying about her. Doesn't have that kind of thoughtless carelessness that a lot of children have of like, once you're out of their sight, they forget about you. Maybe they'll every once in a while remember, but Dorothy really holds on to, they're going to be missing me, even if I'm in a wonderful place, wondrous place. I mean, there's no place like home. A phrase that actually I don't think shows up in this thing. It's just when it comes to clicking the silver slippers, not ruby ones, because ruby shows up way better as color thing. It's not. There's no place like home. It's take me home to where Aunt Em is. Uh, so it's very much that. And I mean, these are adopted parents who, I don't know, are going to use her as farm labor or maybe raise her like an actual daughter. So there is that. There's a lot more, I think, more visceral violence in the book. Definitely dismemberments and things like that. It's like the things you always get toned down from books to go to a movie are definitely toned down. Yeah, just the compression of at the end when the witch gets it, the witch Dorothy does that alone and then has to retrieve all her friends, and then they have to make there's a couple of long journeys in here, long journey back to Oz, long journey from Oz, a long journey to get to Glinda the Good Witch, who in the movie it's like the wizard's like, I don't know, like we're gonna try the basket thing, and the basket thing doesn't work, and then suddenly Glinda, bam, just shows up in that bubble and is there, and that cuts out like a whole bunch of adventures, um, a whole bunch of adventures that they have on the way to get to Glinda, where we also the Scarecrow is the ruler of the Emerald City, but along the way, the Tin Woodsman and the Lion also find places on the way to Glinda. They find places where they can rule. And I did think as we were going along, it's like, oh, this seems to be a one-way trip for the Dorothy's trio of friends. But Glinda, part of her condition is you have to give me the cap, the winged monkey cap, and I'm thinking like, oh, those poor fucking winged monkeys, they're just going to be enslaved forever. But no, actually the book actually kind of goes, no, we're going to use the monkeys one more time, and then Glinda the Good Witch is going to give the king of the monkeys the cap so that they never have to be enslaved again, which is like, okay, that's good. That is good, because yeah, the winged monkeys that are kind of nightmare fuel in the movie, very unexplained, and like, which gives them quite a bit of power. In the book, they still have that kind of chaos nightmare thing, but we find out more explicitly that they're enslaved by the Wicked Witch of the West, and that there's a mechanism involved, so that kind of gives them a bit of order, which takes away a bit of their. In some ways, it takes away a bit of their power, which is really one of those things of like having things less explained can make it more scary, which is interesting. So yeah, it's really it's interesting that the reward for the three friends is getting to be rulers over people who beg them to rule over them, which is an interesting thing for an American fairy tale, that you have these three individuals who are going to be, by dint of their courage, their brains, and their heart, are going to be rulers over other parts of the world, which I guess you could say is a bit of American imperialism at action of like, we're going to be the rulers over the world now, by dint of our bravery, our brains, and our heart. It's like maybe that isn't so far off. It seems slightly strange in a democratic myth making project, but yeah. So I enjoyed reading this out. I enjoyed reading this out loud, and I will probably do a more proper review later. But I figured I'd practice up some of my little notes at the beginning about it. It's interesting how young Dorothy is in this. She's definitely much more a little girl versus whatever Judy Garland is, kind of a young woman who is dressed in kind of fetishized little girl gingham. This is why then you get into all the porn parodies of the Wonderful Wizard of Oz, or all the different retellings, darker retellings, psychosocial retellings of the Wizard of Oz, which maybe they are there, maybe it's a weird interaction between the movie and the book and our just fucked up culture and my own fuck upness. So yeah. So that's the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. I will leave it there.